The latest Big Alley market data is out. There is a big change from the month previous. We'll talk all about it coming up next. Hey, what's going on, friends? Latest market data is out, and there's two big headlines I want to cover. We'll dig into some other data too, but the first big one is the number of active listings. So if you look here, I've been talking about this the last couple of months. There's 1,893 active listings on the market. The last time we had under 1,900 active listings was back in July of last year. So we've seen that although market activity has continuously slowed and the number of sales have slowed, the active listings have not increased. We have not seen an increase in the number of listings. Inventory has not increased. So it's a very interesting dynamic there on the market, where you would think that when market activity goes down and there's less sales, there would be more inventory on the market, and that just simply has not happened. And so we've actually seen it fall in the last couple of months to the lowest number since July in terms of active listings. And then the second big headline, if we look at the monthly charts, this is volume, dollar volume, and obviously as the number of sales has fallen, the number of the dollar volume has fallen. But the interesting chart is this one. This is the number of sales by month, and we've been seeing, as I've been talking about, since the peak last year. Actually, if you go 1 month previous, March was the peak, 716 sales. But even in April, or in May of last year, we had 676. We were all the way down to 288 and 305 back in January and February. But we've seen a huge jump this month. So in March, there was 428 sales. So in 1 month, we saw over a 100, it's almost like a 26-27% increase in the number of sales month over month if you look back at February versus March of this year. So huge jump in the number of sales, and we're already back to kind of the number of sales back in September, August of last year. And like I was talking about, number of active listings, right? If you look back to July, there was 468 sales in July. There's 428 this month, and we're about at the same number of active listings on the market. So is the slowdown over? According to March, it definitely is. It's the first time we've had an increase in the number of sales really since April of last year. So we've seen 12 months of steady decline in the number of sales, and then this is the first time we've seen an uptick in March of last year. So interesting trend. We'll see if that continues next month, but it's definitely, we're feeling it on the ground with a lot of market activity, back to multiple offer situations. In many cases, when properties are listed at the right price, we're seeing a lot of market activity. So we're going to go back to some of these charts here and just take a quick look at the monthly comparison. So if you look at, this is just for residential properties. There's 161 sales this past month. There was 131 the month previous and 291 from a year ago. So big change from a year ago, but definitely big increase from a month ago. And if you look at median price is still up $550 this past month versus $520 a year ago. So median price is still higher, and a lot higher. It's $100,000 higher from the month previous. If we look at the condo market, same thing in terms of the number of sales, 58 versus 48 the month previous and 86 the year previous. And we did see a little tiny drop in the median sales price. So it was 606 a year ago. It was 595 this past month, but still higher than the month previous at 554. Final list of sold price pretty much holding steady, and above that 95% range. Back in the height last year, we're kind of looking at the very, very height. There was over 100% final list of sold price in the condo market. And then in the land market, same thing in terms of trend on sales. Bigger increase in the number of sales, 207 versus 121 a month ago, but still much lower than the 332 from a year ago. But if you look at median price, pretty steady too, 47,000. It was 50,000 a year ago, so small drop, but up from a month ago. And final list of sold price is pretty low compared to where we've seen it. We've seen it up in the 95 range, but it was 90% last month, so about the same as it was. And the land market is always significantly lower in terms of final list of sold price. So overall, the market is still been strong, lots of activity, very interesting turn of events here in terms of the inventory still falling and median prices holding steady, and that big jump in the number of sales overall, 120 more sales in March than there were in February. So big increase, it's 25+% increase. So if you have any questions about your specific market on the island, or what you're looking at in specific in terms of home, condo, land, we can always pull that data and help you out. But we could be over, the slowdown could be over. That could be the headline. We'll see what the next month or two's market data brings us. But the first time that we've seen an uptick in the number of sales in about 12 months. So if you have any questions, Dylan@buybigisland.com, or you can always throw them in the comments. And there's always a link, if you're watching on YouTube, to the Calendly link where you can book a meeting with us. So have a great day. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next month. Aloha.